Hi y'all, welcome back to Astro Motivation. My name is JupiterJames, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little encouragement and inspiration per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand what was trending within the universe. And it is with that insight and with that knowledge and language that we were able to look at our birth charts and see exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're going to get into Scorpio in the fourth house. All right, Scorpio in the fourth house is going to be reserved for my Leo risings, and this is going to make for a placement who probably had a very intense upbringing, a very intense mother or household that they were up under. Okay, a lot of changes happen within their dynamic within their household. Okay, so with that being said, Scorpio in the birth chart is going to really give me the energy of someone who is like, with Scorpio in the birth chart, rewind. But before we go ahead and unlock that really deep placement, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to understand the information we've been given, and we can read other people's birth charts, because remember, this channel is about learning the language of the stars, and I don't want us just to be confined to Scorpio in the fourth house. Okay, I want us to be able to read our friends' birth charts and our mother's birth charts and this birth chart and that birth chart, and that way when we're out in the world, if we separate the aspects, we can be out there, and when you are reading someone, you can go, okay, JupiterJames told me Scorpio meant this, and JupiterJames told me that the fourth house meant this, and you can do more with the information, and you're not just confined to Scorpio in the fourth house. Okay, so with that being said, Scorpio in the birth chart for me is going to show me where traumatic things happen to the person, where a lot of transformation happened with in this person's life. Wherever Scorpio is in the birth chart, in this instance the fourth house, it's going to show me where a lot of change happened, where there was a lot of danger that was maybe felt, or where there's a lot of intense happenings or frictions and things like that. Okay, so, and it's through that this person builds power and security. All right, now with the fourth house is going to be the area of life of the mother. Okay, this is going to show me where the mom is and how she was with you and the care that she gave you. What was her nurturing style towards you? What was the dynamic between you and your mother? All right, and that is what the fourth house is going to show me. It's also going to show me how you are in your adult life, how you are away from your job. When you clock out of work and you go home and you close the door, who are you at home? This is what the fourth house is going to show me. All right, and yeah, so now what happens when we mix the two? What happens when we throw Scorpio in the fourth house? Scorpio in the fourth house is going to give me the energy of someone who probably had, it could be one or two ways. Okay, it could be the opposite end of the spectrum a little bit. All right, or it could be a mix of all of it. This gives me an energy of, first and foremost, a very intense and powerful mom. The mom herself is very intense. She's very powerful in her own right for whatever reason. For whatever reason, she has a lot of intensity about her. A lot of things happen to your mom, whether that be she goes out and there's a lot of fights, where she goes out and there's just things happening to the mom. All right, the mom could be very deep, very spiritual, very emotionally passionate. This can make for a mother who was like that with you. Okay, you maybe have argued a lot with your mom. You probably argue so much with your mother, but the bond is very, very deep. The bond between you and your mother is very deep, and is very penetrating, and it is very just like it's a lot. You know, it is. It's very intense with your mother. Now, the relationship with your mother will develop and it will transform over time, for good or for bad. This is a very general video, so there's no way that I could, like, you know, hit the nail on the head for everyone out there. But what I do know is that the relationship with your mother is very intense. You guys are not fake with each other. You and your mom keep it real with each other, you know. Your mom could also hide a lot of things from you as well. Although she's keeping it real with you, there are things about your mom that she may hide things from you. Things may be hidden, or the relationship, again, is just very intense and very just, there's a lot of friction, a lot of arguments, a lot of just intense emotions are there. You know, when you think about your mom, there's some passion and some just intensity around your mom. Now, in your daily life, when you go out, or when you don't go out, at home, you probably love low light at home. You love to just be left alone. Like, you are someone that I would imagine that you don't really have a large online presence. Like, you really find it hard to allow the outside world in on your life. You don't want people to know where you live. You don't want people to be on the know in your life. When people ask you at work, what do you do? Because no one knows, you may speak in general terms. You're like, oh, I hang out. Oh, I do things. Like, you don't really want people to know. With this, Scorpio, Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio. And so this is almost like having Pluto on the IC. Okay, meaning that for you, what you remember about your childhood was danger and insecurity. And by insecurity, I don't mean superficial insecurity. I mean insecurity in the way of, like, you don't know what's happening next. You don't know, if it's safe to be you yet. You don't know if it's safe. You don't know. Like, and so you kind of put yourself on guard. You're on guard, and you kind of have to keep who you are to yourself. You have to stay on guard. You have to kind of see things as like a fly on the wall, just to see if anything's going to jump out or pop off. And so with that, it's going to give you that energy as you grow up. As you grow up, you're going to find that people, although they want to hang out with you, and although in your career you're probably this ball of light and this ball of energy and you're just good and all these things, you're going to find that when you go home, you just want to be left alone. You just want to just do your own thing. You don't really want people pulling at your energy or doing too much with you. You understand? Like, you're gonna just want your own space, and you are going to want to find power in security, okay, at home, in your home life. And that means that if you gotta hide a little bit, if you gotta be a little bit aloof, if you gotta not tell people exactly where you live or what you do when you go home, then so be it. And this doesn't mean that you're gonna have a traumatic adult life. You could have, with fourth house Scorpio, you could have the most beautiful private life. You could be on yachts, you could be doing this, you could do that, but the world wouldn't know. Because for you, it's like revealing too much about your personal life makes you feel insecure. And again, I'm not talking about in the superficial way. I'm talking about in the way of, like, you just don't want to let the world know your cards, because if people, it's like this, if people saw the nice home that you're living in, then you feel that people will treat you differently than the way you want to be treated, okay? And you don't want that with Scorpio being in the fourth house, okay? And it could be that way with you. You're a very private person, and you just want to keep things to yourself, and you only reveal things to people when you feel safe, when you want things to be revealed. Revealing too much for you is like, in your personal life, is something you will not do too much, okay? So if that sounds like you, let me know if this sounds like you at all. Are you someone that had a very intense, deep, emotional, maybe argumentative, transformative relationship with your mother? Your relationship with your mother will transform over time many times. Is that you? Did you and your mother go through a lot of traumatic events together? A lot of moments where you guys had to be very deep with each other? Is that you? And also let me know in your private life, are you someone that is just very private? You take privacy very seriously. You are not someone that allows people into your personal life very easily. You know, if you're letting someone into your apartment or your home, it means you really, really trust them. You trust the person. Is that you? Also, while you're at it, can you let me know in the comments right now, let me know a planet that your Scorpio in the fourth house is in. Don't give me 5 planets. Don't give me a degree. Don't give me an opposition or an angle. Give me one planet, because y'all like to get sneaky in those comments. Give me one planet that your Scorpio in the fourth house is in, and I'll let you know how that planet could be playing out, all right? Give me a planet that you're very curious about with your Scorpio in the fourth house, and I will write back what you could be experiencing with that planet, all right? And if you don't have any planets within your Scorpio in the third house, just know, in the fourth house, just know that that is because you are being given free reign to focus on just the things that I've said in this video. That the universe is saying, look, we're not gonna give this person any more on their plate in this area than they've already got, all right? In this area, you are free to focus on and ruminate and figure out and work through what you need to work through with just Scorpio in the 4th house, okay? So it's not bad that you don't have any planets in there. It just means that the universe doesn't want to make it complicated for you. Lucky you. Yeah, you just get to focus on what you already need to focus on in that area of life. So I hope that this video really gave you some inspiration and encouragement. I will say though, with Scorpio in the 4th house, I want you to try to open up in your personal life, okay? Try your best to be someone that, although you have power in your home life and in your stability, I want you to be able to not worry so much, because sometimes you can worry about your stability a little bit. And when it comes to your mother, understand that for whatever reason, you have a karmic duty to your mother. And there is a lot of things that need to be worked out. And if you work it out, you can transform it. Scorpio shows me that the relationship with your mother, whether it's good or bad, can always be transformed. It can always go through an evolutionary phase, okay? So whatever your relationship is with your mother right now, I want you to be able to know that you have the power to transform it, all right? Because you could be also a very good mother when you grow up. When you grow up and you have children, you are gonna be someone that is very good at this. Because if you heal it and you acquire the lessons that you need to acquire from this area of your life, you are going to be able to only pass good things to your offspring, okay? You're going to be someone that is a powerhouse. You're going to be the mom of all moms, the dad of all dads with this placement, okay? So with that being said, I will see y'all on the next video, and y'all have a great day. Bye.